Make your Thanksgiving stand out this year by learning the basics of cooking and selecting a great, sustainable bird for all your holiday festivities. Buying fresh, not frozen, free range, and treated with no antibiotic. Get the lowdown from John Peterson of Ferndale Turkey in Cannon Falls, Minnesota, this week on Food Freedom Radio. Enjoy this segment from AM 950 Radio, the progressive voice of the Twin Cities.
We are talking turkey this morning with John Peterson, who is a farmer, right, John?
Absolutely.
A farmer and general manager of Ferndale Market in Cannon Falls. And people, you wish you were here, okay? You wish you were here because we are going to be sampling turkey as well.
It's going to be a tasty morning.
It's going to be a tasty morning in studio. Now, Ferndale Market, okay, John, you are a family market, right? Because you've been there since, what, 1930-something?
Yeah, 1939. So actually, even our name is a great story. Ferndale comes from my grandparents who got our farm started. My grandmother was Fern, and my grandfather was Dale.
Oh!
So it's a great story right in our name.
And they are the Petersons?
They are the Petersons, yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is Ferndale?
We are in Cannon Falls, so just about 45 minutes south of the Twin Cities Metro, right on Highway 52 in the pretty Cannon River Valley.
And it's a real farm, right?
Absolutely. We are a real farm, and I'm reminded of that every day with all of the farm work to be done, especially this time of year. We're very much a real farm. Yeah.
Okay. So if people want to visit you, if they don't know about Ferndale, it's not just a farm.
Correct. Yeah. We've been growing turkeys on our farm for almost 80 years, like you alluded to, since 1939. So that the core piece of what we do every day is hopefully raise healthy, happy turkeys. But we also have an on-farm market where we sell our own turkey and a lot of other good local foods.
And Ferndale is, like you said, you started back in 1939, but Ferndale is well represented around the Twin Cities. If you go to co-ops, if you go to larger supermarkets, you'll see Ferndale products, right? Absolutely.
The co-ops would be a great source for all of our turkey. Kowalski's is another good partner of ours. And we have right on our website a locator where folks can find all the places that they can find our turkey products.
Okay, so turkey and the holidays, right? And we start to think, when the weather changes and the fall leaves start to, blow off the trees and we start raking, we start thinking about preparing for the holidays. And one of the traditional things, obviously, at Thanksgiving is a Thanksgiving turkey. And, I remember that's the tradition, right? Thanksgiving
Absolutely.
Turkey. And so with a Thanksgiving turkey and that tradition comes an understanding about the turkey itself and then how it's raised. And Ferndale does things in a very particular way. Can you explain why a Ferndale turkey is different than any other?
Yeah, I would be happy to. First, I'll just add that you're right. This is the time of year where everybody starts to think about Thanksgiving. The joke on our farm is that we start thinking about it the day after last year's Thanksgiving. It starts awfully early for us, and usually by the 4th of July, my wife says we're knee-deep in Thanksgiving because our flocks are already started, and so our minds are there long before the average consumer. So now we're just in the final push to get to the finish line of Thanksgiving. But yeah, back to your question, Karen. We're doing a few things very, very differently on our farm, and I always say there are a few that are really visible and then some that are less visible. The things that would be immediately recognizable to anybody coming down to the farm, you'd see that our turkeys are still grown outdoors, free range it's called in the poultry world, and so during the peak summer months they're completely out on pasture and we're moving them every week onto fresh grass. This time of year, they're indoor, outdoors, so on a morning like this, they can scurry back inside and hide out. And then tomorrow, when the sun comes back out, they'll move back outside.
So they're moving around.
They're moving around all the time. Yeah.
And they're eating grass, you said?
Yeah, okay. So we always have supplemental feed, but they're feasting on grass and insects and all of those things that turkeys would find in a natural environment.
Compare that to a factory farm-raised turkey.
Yeah, so they're certainly getting a lot more muscle movement, and on nice days, they're outdoors in fresh air, sunshine. We think a very low-stress environment, and one of the big differentiators is a very low-density environment. Oftentimes in a conventional setting, measurement would be how many birds per square foot, or stocking density, terms like that. In our case, we're talking about acres. Birds out on acres of pasture, 15 acre ranges. So it's a very, very different environment,
and it's a different mentality in terms of raising a bird versus farming a bird, right?
We believe so. I mean, I think that we take a special sort of pride in the way that we grow our turkeys, not only because we've done it for 3 generations, but because we're very connected to the consumers that seek out that turkey. I mean, we go to the co-ops, we see the people that value the way we're growing our turkeys, and so we feel some investment in that piece of the process as well. What
do consumers tell you about a Ferndale turkey versus that frozen big thing that you find in those big tubs at the end of the aisles in the supermarkets? What do they tell you?
Yeah, well, of course we have people tell us that it's a great tasting turkey, and we love that feedback. And beyond just the Thanksgiving turkey, we're going to be sampling some of our smoked turkey breast and our snack sticks, and so we get a lot of specific feedback on those items, that this is the best smoked turkey I've ever had in my life, things like that. But I think the piece that's probably most meaningful, thinking of the holidays, is when people tell us that our turkey has become a part of their family tradition.
Oh.
And so as a family farm and business, it's incredibly rewarding to know that there are family traditions, that families are gathering around a turkey that we spent a lot of time and energy in raising.
And you just said that it's other products. It's not just the whole turkey. What are the range of products, John, that Ferndale offers?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I'm glad you asked, because I think oftentimes people think just about Thanksgiving. When I tell folks that we have a turkey farm, their mind immediately goes to the big turkey at Grandma's table on the holiday. And that is, of course, an important part of our year. But we do have turkey products available all 12 months of the year in the co-ops and stores like that, where you'll find ground turkey and smoked turkey breast and snack sticks, really trying to provide a healthy, lean protein all year round.
And you just hit on a point, the healthy, lean protein. And turkey has, it's been, it's that same argument, about is it beef, is it pork, is it chicken, is it turkey? And we think about turkey just at holiday time, but there's all of these other ranges of turkey products available, right?
Absolutely. And one of the other important pieces with turkey is that from a sustainability standpoint, they're very efficient converters of grain into meat. So they're a very sustainable protein while also being a lean protein, and typically a little more economical than some of the other proteins as well.
Is the ground turkey is that the dark meat usually?
In our case, it's a dark meat grind. I just have a personal bias that if you grind only breast meat, it's going to dry out in a hurry. And most people do want to have a good flavorful turkey burger or turkey chili. So we're grinding thigh and drumstick meat.
When Andrew Zimmern, the turkey hot dish, was that ground turkey? Was that made with ground turkey? I think that's on your website, right? The Andrew Zimmern, he did like the hot dish of this area, right? And turkey hot dish is one of the big ones, which is basically, I think it's the same that you would normally use ground beef for, but instead you're using ground turkey for.
Absolutely. I mean, anything that you're using ground beef for, we would say you can use ground turkey for and enjoy the difference.
Yeah. If you've never had a turkey burger, how would you describe the taste?
So one thing that I think is important with the turkey burger is to think about the whole sandwich. What else are you going to have on there? Turkey sometimes gets a bad rap for being bland. I would argue that it's not bland; it just adapts to other flavors really well.
Yeah,
and so you want to think about, we're going to make it a cheeseburger, and what kind of cheese are we going to use, or do we want to blend some onions or garlic or some of those things in? Because turkey has the ability to be an incredibly flavorful meat, but it does take on other flavors better because it doesn't have that overpowering flavor.
Yeah, I wish you could be in studio, all of you Facebook people, and maybe you can see this. Can you see this smoked turkey that John has? And it's like the entire studio is just filled with that smell. And you said it's naturally smoked, right?
So that's one of the big differences with our smoked turkey. And oftentimes when we're out doing demos or events and people try it, they'll comment on how it tastes like real smoked turkey. And that seems like such funny praise. But when compared to most of the lunch meat that people are used to eating today, the smoke would be an artificial smoked flavor that would be added back in. Typically, the breast meat would be more of a chopped and formed product rather than a whole muscle. So ours has real turkey texture, real turkey flavor, and then just a nice, light, real hardwood smoke.
That's, the words that you use, chopped and formed.
Yeah.
Chopped and formed. That's interesting.
Just what you want on your sandwich.
Well, we're talking with John Peterson, the general manager of Ferndale Market, all about Ferndale turkey. So we welcome your calls, 952-946-6205. It's not the turkey hotline, but kind of close, right? Because we've got the expert in studio. So if you want to give us a call, 952-946-6205. This is Food Freedom Radio.